So hopefully that will sort out our mic issues. Looks like it's nice blue clear skies today in France. Doesn't look like there is any rain. If someone can just give us an update if there is going to be rain, that'd be great. But yeah, brilliant. Three close drivers at the top three, all separated by less than a tenth. I bet Scotsman and Lockhart are kicking themselves because obviously here it's a short run to turn one, so they've all got to really have a perfect start.
Yeah, would definitely agree with that. Yeah, like I said already, that's because I got kicked out of a lobby probably at the start of the session. But a certain monkey boy Kurt is down at the back of the grid of the Mercedes, so he will be going very slow on that first lap and will be retiring in the pits. So, yeah, Ads, you're going to have to focus all of your attention on the race start because I'll be trying to keep out of everyone's way from the back.
Okay.
But look at the tyres. Just in the race director now. Everyone seems to be going for the hards, but there is a few people that look like they've opted for different. Down the back, I'm now decent on the softs, starting in P18, and there's a few on the mediums in Valor, Panic End, and Mongo as well. So interesting to see that. The majority of drivers, like I've said, on the hard tyres to start with.
Yeah, I think you're more than likely gonna need to start on the hards round here. It is a high deg track. So if you want the upper hand towards the end of the race, start on the hard. Obviously, if you want to try and get the upper hand at the first start, obviously start on the mediums. But it's quite a lot of overtaking spots here on this circuit, so you're gonna have to get the strategy right.
Yeah, definitely would agree with that. As the guys obviously now come up to their formation lap. Hopefully no one spins it this week going to the grid, as we've seen previously in a few other races.
Right, yep, so we will start at the... We have two drivers sat still on the grid. I'm not too sure why, other than disqualified. So that's not a good sign for Loco. He's going to start further back on his grid slot. So we will start at the back. So we have a surprise entry and a surprise for all you drivers. We have Tier 1 of Monkey Boy Corp joining the race today. He has decided to give Tier 3 a bit of a go. We have 18, which was I'm not good, is now I'm not decent. I didn't have a decent qualifying for the Alpine, so pretty disappointed there. We have 17th of Days, 16th of the Red Bull of Epic Frenchie, 15th is Force Manure in the other McLaren, Skid Mark in 14th in the other Williams, T-Jerk in 13th in the Haas, we have Willy Bump in Aston Martin in 12th, 11th is Soprano Legend with disappointing qualifying in the AlphaTauri. 10th is Mongo, who's starting on the medium tyres. We have Cruz with another disappointing qualifying for him in P9. Fishsticks in P8. David Lalface, who made his way up into P7 in the Ferrari, who's starting on the hard tyres, so good qualifying there by David. 16th is in the Alpine, which is Reese, decent qualifying by him. Panic End in P5, and then we have Vala and Locker in P4 and 3 respectively. Both disqualified off the start for some reason, so they'll be starting further back in their pit boxes. P2 we have the legend, the one and only, the main man of Scotsman in P2, and then we also have, I'm getting fed up of saying it, Diamond in P1. So Scotsman is hoping to get a good start here and try and take that lead from him into turn 1.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to ask in the chat as well if anyone can, that's watching, can just confirm the sound issues have gone, because I don't want to be having another full race with that. So hopefully it should all be okay now. Button says Monkey Boy to win in the Merc. I don't know if I even would, but I'm not going to be taking part, obviously.
Yeah, you got to go into turn one at least, full pelt, and just see what people do. Break to the corner, and oh no, I'm not good. He's disqualified himself.
Yeah, sound,
right, so
sound is fine apparently. So here we go.
And off we go. Brilliant starts by Scotsman. Diamond had a right muffer. So Scotsman had a brilliant start there, and into P2 goes Diamond. Valar, Reese has had a good start. Going around the outside of Panic End. Panic End pushes him off the track. Panic End nearly loses the rear end. We have Monkey Boy in 19th. He's not making any inroads at the minute. Oh, he's up into P18. What a man. Got David Loleface, who's also fighting for 7th. Oh, and we've had an off by Diamond. He's down into 5th, so what a shocker for him at the present moment. And we have Cruz, who's already got a penalty. So I'm not too sure what that is for. And we have David really losing the rear end in a bit of a funny circumstance, but he's now down into P9. Cruz has got past him. And Lockhart has also had a really rubbish start. So the two championship rivals are 5th and 7th respectively. We have Scotsman screaming away in the front by 3 seconds at the moment. And on hard tyres, so brilliant first lap by him.
Yeah, well, Scotsman's been known to like this track before. I believe he won it a couple of seasons ago. So he's not not used to winning it here before. But I know that he does like it around here, so he's definitely got a good start. Obviously I was able to see what happened at the back, and Willy Bum I think got tapped around, was put him down to 18th. He's now starting to pick up to the back of the Williams pair of Days and Skivid, who are just in front of him. But yeah, as you said, Locker, adds a great start from Scotsman, and it looks like he's running away with it in his first couple of laps, or first lap.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, we have got Monkey having to retire in the pits. He's had a problem with one of his engine components. But yeah, everyone watch. I think the cars will come back on the track, isn't it? But yeah, brilliant start by Scotsman. Had a brilliant line start off the line. And we have Diamond stuck down in P5 on the hard tyres, so it wasn't such a good start by him. He did get bogged down at the start. And it looked like he did get pushed off at one point. He's now using some of his errs to try and get past Panic End here, which he has done. And then we have Lockhart just on the rear end of Panic End now. And that's your car coming out.
Always causing a problem on track.
See what he got. So Cruz got a 10-second penalty for something in the first lap. He must have cut the whole first corner surely to get that.
Yeah, I reckon what's probably happened. He's probably been pushed off maybe at either turn 1 or something like turn 4, and he's sort of cut the corner. Probably not gained anything, but just sort of had to go across the track and probably given himself a 10-second flat, which is stupid. If he clips that, he'll get it removed. But it's interesting to see here. Scotsman 2.3 ahead. Valor is actually gained a bit on that lap, but what's going to happen now is everyone behind Valor is going to have DRS. Valor isn't, so he's most going to start likely to hold up this pack behind him, which might allow Scotsman to pull away even more.
Yeah, don't forget though, Valor is on the quicker tyre, so at this stage he will, or he should, catch Scotsman up. It's all settled down now. Again, we've got, don't think anyone's pitted for damage at the moment. Yeah, we have Locker just using some of his battery. DRS is wide open, he's trying to get past the end here. He's decided to go on the outside.
Oh
no!
Listen.
No. I'm not good, he's out. I'm not good. And Panic Ender, not good. Naughty from you there, Lockhart. But Panic End should have given him enough room. He would have known he was there. It's a full safety car, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, poor old David Loleface has got half of his wing missing. Locker, I don't think he's quite lucky that he ain't actually got any damage. I'm pretty sure Mongo's got wing damage, and yeah, I'm not too sure you wanna speak about that one, Monkey. I'm not too sure.
No. Yeah, no, it didn't. It did not look great from Locker. I'm not gonna lie. It was round the outside there. I think he will probably argue that Panic Ends then turned across him, but I think the contact was already made before the turning, really, of that the right-hander in that chicane. So, yeah, as soon as he went on the outside, I thought this might be a bit dodgy. I could see what his idea was to go on the outside and have the inside line for the right-hander, but yeah, I think personally that looked like Locker's fault, but we'll see if the stewards have anything else to say on that. If that gets put in, obviously, in Panic End or Locker, does mean that. I don't know how long these hards go. I know it's a track where it's a lot of high tyre deg, but you know, Valor and Reese, could they go 22 laps on a set of hards? I don't know if they could, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like Davies had to pick for the medium tyres. But personally, if I was him, I would take it easy on the outlap, and then I'll come back in and pit on the hards. So that means that he doesn't have to pit again. Plus, then he can probably go on a set of softs at the end if his tyres do not last. Because I do not think their medium tyres are going to last. So you might as well lose 3 positions, go back on the hards, which are only 4 laps old, and then maybe go on the softs at the end. So I wonder if he's listening on the stream, but personally, I don't know about you if you would do that.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, it's not a bad shout actually. Go on softs at the end. There might be another safety car. That's the only thing. But then if there is another safety car, you can obviously go back on those mediums that you've only driven around for one lap. So
exactly, yeah. But yeah, not a very good crash. That lost two drivers, and it's such a shame. We had I'm Now Decent had a very good start. He got himself up into 9th, I think, before that crash. But yeah, Scotsman in good position here in the hard tyres. See, no one's decided to pit at all, and yeah, David has decided to still go around, so he's obviously happy on his medium tyres. We got our fellow Alpine make up a position, I believe. Made up 3 positions into a podium position at the present moment.
yeah, no, good start from him. Yeah, definitely. Seems to also be a bit of disagreement in the chat as well. We've got people saying tut Locker's fault. Other people saying it's the Alpha's fault. So yeah, a bit of a difficult one. But you have to watch it again, I think.
Yeah, it is a difficult one. You know, we've seen before that you can pass around the outside. You know, Locker was there. Panic End would have had the red cross there. Yes, he may have been in front, but that red cross is there. That means the car is alongside your car, and you can't just close the gap. And I think that's what happened. It happens. We've all done it. As we think that drivers are going to back out, but we're all selfish drivers, as you know, and we're not going to back out. Yeah, it's a 50-50 for me. You know, I would have done the same. I would have gone around the outside about the opportunity, and probably you would too. So it's just one of them, unfortunately. Safety car in this lap.
Yeah, I think Soprano has took your advice there, and has come back in on his hard. So maybe, like you said, Ads, he's going to go for a longer stint on those hards, and maybe go on a set of softs at the end now with the safety car coming out.
Yeah, I thought that would have been probably the better strat. I thought you would have seen a lot of people do that who pitted. It is a high deg track, so you want to try and keep them soft tyres or medium tyres towards the beginning, towards the end. But yeah, surprise the Diamond. I don't know if you saw, but he did. Oh, you wouldn't have seen he was driving. But he had a really rubbish start. Got bogged down into P4. But Scotsman has gone. He's done a very good restart. He's already over the second in front. And a decent start there by Reese.
Yeah, Valor he was a bit asleep there, has to be said. Already a second ahead. He's Scotsman, so a great restart from him. I don't think anyone else got any overtakes done there, or say that Mongo making a move on Days into turn 1, so got the jump on him as Days is around.
The only good thing about that is he spun the right way.
Yeah, that's it.
Towards the middle.
Eagle in the chat is saying, "Ads, could we have the tyres on, please?"
Right. No, that's not fair.
Oh, Reese making a move on Valor.
Yep, and he's passed. Up into P2. So I was on the medium tyre, so he will now start to put Scotsman on under pressure.
Yeah, and I think all depends what pressures you're running. I don't think on that front left you've got to be running at minimum, because around this turn they're going around now, turn 11, that's going to get so worn, and I reckon those mediums will probably only take that corner well for a good, probably what Reese is at now, about 6-7 laps maybe. So it'd be interesting to see if Scotsman can keep this gap. It's down now to 6 tenths, and it looks like Reese is hatching all the time. He's now down to only half a second. A bit better run there out of the last corner load from Scotsman. But the DRS obviously will come back into play very soon.
Yeah, and they've Diamond having a little sniff in the inside of turn 1. Panic, or not panic, end, but Valor left him enough space. Little love tap there by Diamond. But Diamond has used a lot of his battery already. Half of his battery is gone. And he is comfortably up into P3. Not much fight there by Valor, which has Loco right behind him now on the hard tyres. Another man on the move is Soprano Legend. He's managed to make up 3 positions at the start, and he is now tucked up behind Fishstick. So good pace from him there.
Yeah, we've
had
round.
a Fishstick spin. Oh dear. Oh dear. And they are on the medium tyre, so that is not good for him.
Oh, and made contact with Days there, coming back onto the track. I think maybe should have been a bit more careful there. He's going to give him the position back, which I think is fair, to be honest.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. We have Reese still behind Scotsman. They're pulling away from Diamond at the minute. Both are. So at the minute, these two drivers are looking more comfortable in the race pace from Diamond. But Valor is still hanging on to the back of Diamond here, and still in the DRS zone.
Yeah, they want to fight.
Sorry,
go on.
No, continue, bud. No, that's right.
They don't want to fight too much here, because Diamond will obviously use that to his advantage and start to gain some time on them. 3 tenths is the gap now. The DRS comes back into play, and it will be just after sector 1 on that back straight where Reese will have his first opportunity of overtaking here. But yeah, if like I said already, if they fight too much, Diamond's going to want that to happen. He can come straight back into it.
Yeah, the good thing that Scotsman and Valor have got, they've hardly used any of their batteries, so they've both got about 68%. They've both got about 68%, whereas Locker's got 38 and Diamond's only got 35. But I think you're going to see Reese take a move on Scotsman here. DRS wide open, little squirt of hers. Has he got the straight line speed? Yes, he has. And I don't think you'll see Scotsman fight him too much, because they're obviously on 2 different types of strategy. So you would expect Reese to get past him, which he has. P1 for the Alpine guy.
Yeah, and Scotsman then on strategy still leads Diamond. Second in it though. Valor will want to try and keep that gap to Diamond at less than a second. Scotsman's coming back though here at Reese just couldn't get the alongside enough, but he's going maybe for it now. I don't think he's trying to risk it too much, but that's all Diamond wants to see. And as we see there, Ads, look, that gap now from them battling down to 6 tenths. That'll bring him into the DRS train.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for these drivers now to try and get past each other. We've got one first to fourth, fifth. And we've got a spinner at the back, I think, of a Red Bull. Epic Frenchie has gone round just right in the path of Fish Sticks. He gets out of the way. But yeah, like you said, Diamond's now right behind Scotsman. It's going to put him under pressure, and they're both in the same strategy too. And in the background, you have Locker just coming.
8 laps now, those mediums. I don't know how much Reese is going to have pace on them. You might see him pull away on some corners, but I definitely think through Sector 3 we're going to see him struggle. Can Scotsman keep the DRS? I think he's just about going to be 8 tenths. Ooh, just about.
Yeah, I've just been watching David's fight with Skidford and Mongo. They're both going 3 wide going into turn 3, and Skidford outbroke himself and went off. So that has put David back up into the points positions, and now he's in DRS zone of Mongo. Yeah. And back up the front, again, like you were saying, we have got this 5-car DRS train.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Scotsman's running a little less wing. He's definitely gained time on those straights, and Valor has now picked up a 3-second penalty. He gets a bit loose there to Scotsman, and Diamond now right on the back of him. 2 tenths the gap. Is he going to have a look down here? Ooh. He might try and have a look down the start-finish straight, but as I said last lap, Reese now is medium to be 9 laps old. They won't have a lot of life in him, and he's trying to get down the outside there, is Diamond, but Scotsman says no thank you, shuts the door, and he stays behind for now.
Yeah, and what this is doing, this is helping the guys behind. And again, like you're saying, the medium tyre runners will start to feel the lack of grit now. A little slide there again by Scotsman. Seems not too comfortable now that he after the safety car restart. It just seems like he's lost a bit of his groove since the start. You have Diamond right behind him. He's gone slightly wide. Thing he's got with him, he's got a lot of errs that he can use, whereas Diamond's got none. So he is going to be able to defend himself, which he is. He's pulling away. So it's good that Scotsman has decided to keep hold of that. And P4 for Locker. So Valor has gone off in tricky left or right. Yeah, there's not much movement throughout the grid. You had David pass Mongo just then, and unfortunately has picked up a 3-second penalty on this track.
Yeah, well, Reese and always another spin there. Epic Frenchie's gone round again, but he goes a bit wide there to Scotsman, but don't think Diamond's close enough to still make a move. But Scotsman and Diamond will be liking this because it means they're going to be on the softer tyre come the end of the race. Reese will be on the hard tyre, and they can stay within this gap. It'll be interesting how long it can do it. And this definitely looks like those mediums are going off now as Scotsman getting really now close up to Reese again, down to 2 tenths. If he gets through this first sector okay, I think he might have a chance to go back past him on these next couple of straight ads.
Yeah, I think if Scotsman is clever here, I personally would hold back or passing Reese, because at the minute this is helping him keep in front of Diamond down the back straight. So if he's able to still use a bit of reserves to defend and get DRS off of Reese, I will try and avoid passing Reese at the minute, due to it being on a totally different strategy. So I think once he passes Reese and then Diamond passes Reese, it's going to be hard to keep Diamond behind.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a go here. He's only 2 tenths behind. I think he might have a go before the end of the corner. He's going to stand back. There it is.
Yeah, it's coming in the inside. So he's got to watch not to lip his tyre, which he hasn't. Good defending there by Reese, who is on the older tyre, so he is doing quite a good job keeping these guys behind at the present moment. Still got 30% of his battery, whereas Diamond's got none. He's come in, so he has pulled in. Slowed down, perfect pit stop, and will this allow Diamond to get past Scott?
Well, he's not going to have any DRS come the end part of, well, the middle part of this lap, will he? But brought Locker into the equation now. Got past Valor a couple of laps back, and he's only now 9 tenths behind Diamond, just over a second. Will he get that DRS? It's very close. Reese comes out in P11. Obviously, everyone else behind him, I think, has made some sort of mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see when Valor decides to come in. He has now dropped 3 seconds off Locker in front of him. Scotsman, and Valor's gone off. He's reset to track. I've got that. He has reset to track there.
Dear. We've got Diamond going on the inside of Scotsman, and Scotsman's going to hang it around the outside. Diamond leaves plenty of room. And I think you're going to see Scotsman fight back here a little bit. Is he going to use some of his airs? Yeah, he's going to go on the inside.
Very tight.
The boys don't want to knock each other off here. And Diamond has run out of battery, whereas Scotsman's got 53% left, so this is what's playing into his hands.
Yeah, you can definitely see that Diamond has got the more downforce in his setup, and that Scotsman's got the speed on the straight. So when it comes to this last, start-finish straight now, I think you're going to see that gap of 6 tenths go right down, back down to probably about 4 or 3. As he gets a bit loose there, and Locker now will use that as an opportunity to try and close the gap. I'm just going to quickly clip that from Valor.
Yeah, so we have the top 3 all separated by about a second and a half. Brought Locker into right contention, all this fighting. Scotsman's still got DRS on Diamond, still with half his battery left. Not much action in the field. We've got David up into P7. Looks like he's just about to make a move on Force Manure, using some of his battery. Yeah, coming into the tight left-hander. Brilliant move by David. Up into P6 on their medium tyres.
Yeah, it will probably be in soon, though. It has to be said. We saw Valor and Reese come in after about 10 laps, and then 9 laps old now for David. So it probably won't be too much longer until he'll be coming in for another set. Scotsman 7 tenths behind Diamond. Can he stay within that second barrier? None of these front 3 have time penalties. Also, 4th place of Cruiser does. Woody Bum though. He's up there in 5th. He's having a good race at the moment from where he started. Anyway, he spun off on the first corner, so he's going okay at the moment.
Yeah, you got Willy Bum and both Force Manure all up 8 and 7 places, so they've had a pretty decent first section of this race. And we've got Locker now right on the back of Scotsman. It's like he's had a bit of a crappy turn 1 and 2 here. He has dropped out the DRS zone, which is not good at all, due to the fact that Locker is now in DRS with only 4 tenths behind.
Yep.
Let's see if Locker is going to do this move on his straight.
I think he might get him on the second bit of the straight here. Scotsman out of DRS now, 1.1 seconds. Diamond can now just pull away for probably another 4 to 5 laps before he comes in for those medium tyres. He might even try to drag this out and go for some softs near the end with that safety car. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. I believe it's Fish Sticks is swung around again. It is.
Oh, just come out and focus on him. Yeah, it's not a very good race by him. He's taken out a brake board. Yeah, spun on the same corner twice. Not a very good race by him at the present moment.
No, the 2 Williams is swapping places as well at the back there, 15th to 16th. Not a great day for them at the moment. Locker can't really get close now to Scotsman. 7 tenths is again, no, he won't get him down this part of the straight, and he's also used all his battery as well as Diamond, only on 11%. Scotsman still on 54. So I'm wondering, is he waiting here for potentially Diamond to maybe come in, or himself to come in, and then use all that battery and try and do an undercut on Diamond potentially?
Yeah, it's a tricky one because I would expect these drivers to start thinking about pitting in the next 5 laps, would you say? Next 3-4 laps. So I'm pretty sure he's saving his battery for when he's on the faster set of tyre. So obviously it will help him out quite a bit compared to the other drivers.
Yeah, Fish Sticks in the pits again. Not having a great race today. He didn't have a great race last week, and he'll want to be not having too many of these after, because he is losing points obviously to those front two of Locker and Diamond, who currently sit first and third. Locker still can't get past Scotsman. Scotsman still has 48% battery though, so he's not using a lot. He's only 1.4 behind Diamond. It all depends whether... I think Scotsman has to come in first to try and make Diamond do something, but you want to come in too early, it's the only thing. I want to come in now and have 12 laps on medium tyres, and I think David will be in very soon, 11 laps on his mediums.
Yeah, what's the pit? I'm not too sure how long the pit is here. Is it about 25 seconds?
Something like that. I think it is quite slow. I think it's 37 miles an hour again here, so it is slower pit lane.
So you do have Reese, who's obviously pitted early on their medium tyres, and he's only just under 20 seconds behind. So once these guys pit, he's going to have quite a substantial lead over these guys in front. He's been putting purple sectors in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, Frenchy in the pits then.
We have Locker still behind Scotsman, and this is why Scotsman's got the better battery. He's able to defend. He could use a chunk of his battery then. He's down to 38%. And what this is doing, it's letting Diamond get away. So if I was Scotsman, I would start to think about pitting now or in the next 2 laps maybe. The medium tyres will last 9 laps. At least then it'll get a jump on Diamond after the out lap.
Yeah, I think either now or if you leave it much later, Diamond's going to come in at the same time. That's not what he'll want to happen. He'll want to try and, like we've said, have that lap where he can try. Yeah, he's definitely too late. Diamond is in. Scotsman comes in.
Scotsman.
So's Diamond. So's Locker. Oh, Scotsman.
Oh, you knob. Oh dear. So that's put a spanner in the works. So it's down to a minute Diamond and Locker.
Yeah, Cruiser will take the lead of the race, but Willie Bum's coming the same lap and will now surely be held in the pits while they sort Locker's car out. Is Locker just pulling out now? Is there going to be much weight for him? Yeah, he's going to lose at least 2 or 3 there. It's too bad in the end. Reese is up to 4th place, and how far does he go ahead of Diamond is the question.
I know, but Scotsman's got right behind Diamond. He has cut up a little bit of time in the pit stops. Locker has lost out quite a bit for some reason. He's 2 seconds behind, so I'm not too sure what happened there. But like I said before, you have Reese, who's gone up into P4, which is 4 seconds up the road from Diamond.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we had Fish Sticks round again.
Loves a spin tonight, does old Fish Sticks. I said it in the chat as well. He's got more spinning than they do on Strictly tonight in the chat. Reese then 4 seconds ahead of Diamond with 10 laps to go. Obviously Diamond with the fresher tyres now. It's going to be interesting coming into the race, because those mediums will probably have about 6 laps where they're probably better. But yeah, going to be very interesting to see how it is come the end. Cruiser, I am expecting to come in this lap. He might be trying to long it out for a safety car potentially, and then go on to a set of softs. He doesn't come in again. David is into the pits. Yes, he is.
He's into the pits, and unfortunately coming into pits, he's got a penalty coming in, which is a shame. I was hoping that he was able to last the tyres for another 10 laps, but what this can do is he going on a soft tyre? No, he's going back on the hard. So he couldn't drag it out for another 3-4 laps.
Where's he going to come out then? He's in the points position still at the moment. I think he's going to come out in 7th or 8th. Woody Bum might get the jump just. He's coming out now. And Woody Bum has just done it.
Just, yeah. Got Reese losing a lot of time behind Mongo here. Just lost half a second in the first sector alone to Diamond because he got stuck behind Mongo.
Yeah, now overtaking Mongo though for the position. So it's Cruiser out in the lead with that penalty that is to his name. Mongo gets a 3 second there, maybe trying a bit of a ambitious move to try and get back past Reese. Diamond, no penalties, and now leads Scotsman by 1.3 seconds. I think at the moment it's looking like it's between Reese and Diamond for this race win. Cruiser will definitely be hoping for a safety car. He can go out on the softs. I think he might drag out to the softs anyway, to be honest. Yeah, it looks like it. He's not coming in again.
Yeah. Like you said, it's quite hard to even get a safety car around here unless there's a big accident. So much runoff area here. Can't really hit the wall really. Got Mongo coming into the pits now. Sector 2, we've had a spin, which I think is Daisy's gone round and saying that he's hit the wall. Where is it? Oh, there. Yeah, so we hit the wall on the left-hand side there. Diamond putting in some hot laps, 1:33.9 for him. It's the fastest lap of the race. He is now taking 2 seconds out of Reese's lead in the last couple of laps. So yeah, to be honest, Monkey, this is a good indication for the other tiers that starting on the hard tyre is probably the better tyre to start on, just because it's such a high deg track. These medium runners look like they're going to have the better results out of everyone.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, Reese is gonna want to try and keep Diamond behind for at least another 2 or 3 laps. And there's another yellow flag. It's Valor's gone off at the same corner that Days has just gone up. Comes back onto the track, almost takes out Force Manure there, but Force Manure gets around okay. Cruiser, would he come in this lap? He's definitely waiting on a safety car, because if he gets a safety car here, he'll come out, I believe, just behind Locker, and he'll be on soft tyres if he does get a safety car. But no, he can't wait any longer. Here he then comes, and the gap between him and Woody Bum is 20 seconds. Between David, it is 24.
I don't know if he's going to go on softs.
I think he will here.
No, he's gone on mediums.
Okay.
You would have thought with 8 laps left or 7 laps left, you would just try it anyway, wouldn't you? Nothing to lose, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out in between Woody Bum and David here as he gets towards the pit exit now. There goes Woody Bum. Yeah, he's going to come out in between David and Woody Bum with obviously much newer tyres. Probably see him get up into 5th, but he's obviously got that penalty, which I have to try and create that towards Woody Bum. Don't see him getting any further than that. As Diamond now in DRS range of Reese. He's going for the move.
Yeah, is he going to make it stick? Is Reese going to... No, he couldn't. He had no fight, unfortunately, with them 8 lap hold hards. The only thing he can do now is try and get him up the top of the hill and make a lunge somewhere. Otherwise, I think we'll see Diamond go and win this race now, unless something bad happens.
Yeah, Reese. He'll want to try and stay with the DRS for maybe a couple of laps. He might then get a chance to come back at Diamond. Obviously, his tyre's already 8 laps old as well, so yeah, it's gonna be difficult, I think, now for Reese. He's gonna need Diamond, I think, to make a mistake. The only thing that he's got in his advantage, he's got no penalty like Diamond, so unlike Scotsman could have got ahead and then would have dropped himself way back. But he does keep the DRS for now, and yeah, about 5 tenths behind, but through this first sector, surely Diamond's just going to pull away like anything.
Yeah, we just watched Epic Frenchy do a beautiful move on the inside of T-Jerk. No fighting there from T-Jerk, unfortunately. It's on the older lap tyres. Like you said, yeah, Reese is looks like he's picked it up a little bit since he's been passed. He has got a little bit better battery than Diamond, but this DRS is going to have to do something special now to try and beat him.
Yeah, it's now 7 temps, isn't it? He's going to have to try his hardest to stay within that. Yeah, for me, he needs a couple more laps to stay within it. I don't know whether he can, though. It's already at 8 temps. It's going to be very difficult. Now, I think Diamond will probably pull that gap before the end of the lap through Sector 3. Cruiser starting to catch up to the back of Woody Bum now as well, obviously on his newer tyres. But he has got 10-second, well, actually, no, that's under debate, isn't it? His 10-second penalty. Yeah. He got at the start of the race. We'll have to see if that gets to move as a yellow flag out, and it's T-Jerk around at the end of Sector 1.
Yeah. I don't know if there was any contact or not, but bit of a funny corner to spin at. Yeah, and like you said, Reese is now falling out of a DRS zone from Diamond. The only thing I think Reese will hope for now in the next 3-4 laps, Diamond's tyres absolutely fall off the cliff. I think that's his only hope at the moment, unless Diamond gets a penalty. Scotsman is trying to eke out to 3 seconds from Locker. Another half a second left to do, and then he will be in contention to have that P3. Yeah, pretty disappointing race from Locker. He looked like he had showed some good speed in qualifying. It just doesn't look like he's been able to cope with the top 3 pace today, Monkey.
Yeah, he just couldn't get past Scotsman. He really held him up. I think if he did, he might have even had a run maybe at Diamond in the first stint, but after that he just seems that he just can't gain anything now on the Haas driver. Reese, interestingly, that lap kept the gap exactly the same. It probably will go up a little bit now through this last sector, but Diamond now not gaining as much. And as I say that, someone is retirement in the pits as Days retires, and there's also Valor is off again, I believe. Yeah, he has gone off again. Now got Skivid all over the back of him. Skivid actually still nab a point here. He's got no penalties. And the 3 drivers in front of him have got 8, 6 and 8 seconds. So could still nab some points here, the Williams. He's been at the back all race, but could still get something. Yeah, Diamond and Reese, 1.3. So it looks like might have those tyres now either about the same performance or the hards now coming back into favour in these last 4 laps.
Yeah, it's. I think you'll see Reese. Who's that? Oh, that's the AI coming right out in front of the McLaren or Cruise and Willy Bum, so it slowed them down a little bit. But yeah, I think over the next couple of laps you will see them tyres totally drop off. And I think that's what Reese is hoping. Unfortunately, but all of them have no battery left, neither does Scotsman now. So it's a bit of a stalemate up the top.
Yeah, 1.6. I don't know. He's going to need at least a couple of laps to get back into that DRS range. And Scotsman now actually gaining on Reese as well, 1.2 seconds behind. So it's looking like Diamond should take this in the end. Woody Bum has to be said though at the moment. From where he started after the first corner, then 18th, he's come right back up to 5th position, no penalties. I believe he's gained 7 positions as well in the race. He's having a great race at the moment. And quite a way off his teammate, but still, top 5 is a great result from where he was.
Yeah, no penalties, alongside his teammate. It'll be a good set of points for Aston Martin here. And I've got to say, our fellow Alpine driver's done a brilliant race today. Led for most of the race. Started what, P5 I think? and held on to P2. So very good race for him, seeing as he was on a different strategy compared to everyone else. But we have had the last couple of laps Scotsman start reeling them in a little, just over the DRS zone at the present moment.
Yeah. The gap not really changed, 1.8 now, and yeah, Diamond looks like he's definitely going to have this at this rate. 1.7 again. I think it's just going to come too late, this sort of crossover period. Cruiser, surprisingly, can't really catch up to Willy Bum. I thought he would have caught up with having newer tyres, but he's still 1.9 behind him, so he's not catching him by any means. Force Manure in 10th. Joe, I'm going to give a little shout out to Force Manure because he must have a lot of patience, this guy, because you know, so many races where he's been out the points in the last season or season and a half, but the last 3 races he's got points, so at least that's a positive for him from sort of like the difficult time he's had in the last season or so. But at the moment he sits P10. I don't know whether he's going to keep that though with the penalties.
Yeah, let's have a look at the penalties. Yeah, he's got 6 seconds, so he'll overtake Mongo at the moment. He won't lose 11th because Valar's got more. Yeah, he can still finish in the points, just depending on what other people do around him.
Yeah, and Diamond now 2.2 ahead, and Scotsman into the DRS zone there. So I think Reese has got to pray for a mistake or something. Oh, and Cruiser spun it.
No, let's put David up into 6th place. Yeah, not a good end of the race for Cruiser. Unfortunately, that's going to drop in out of the points at the moment, depending on if he's clipped his 10 seconds or not. But yeah, again, we have Scotsman now within a DRS of Reese, but unfortunately at the moment he is going to be out of the podium position due to his 5-second penalty in the pits.
Yeah, Scotsman's not really going to gain much by overtaking Reese. He'll just get put back behind him, so I don't know whether he's going to really try. He might try it for pride, try and get it on track. He's had a good race overall. If it wasn't for that speeding in the pit lane, he would be obviously fighting for P2 now, but isn't going to be. I'm just going to quickly check, see what Diamond and Reese have got in terms of warnings. Diamond only has 1, so he can afford to get another one. And Reese has been on 2 since lap 11, so he is very much trying to keep. It's Locker.
Oh, Locker's got a penalty.
And that brings Scotsman back onto the podium.
Yeah. Steady boy. So I bet Scotsman is loving that at the moment. So I would expect you to probably see Scotsman try and pass Reese now, just for a bit of pride, as we say. I'm just going to talk about Soprano Legend. Went to the back after the first safety car, changed onto the hards. He's made his way up to 7th, so another good solid performance by him, Monkey, today.
Yeah, no, agree. Yeah, obviously up 4 places from his good position. And like you say, went down to the back, did what you suggested, went back onto the hards, and got a bit newer softs, it has to be said, to come back onto. Excuse me. But in terms of penalties, he is going to nab 6th actually off David. So it is a good day at the moment for Soprano, where he started and what happened to him in the first couple of laps. His Diamond now is on to the last lap, but Scotsman 7 tenths, 8 tenths behind Reese. I don't think he's going to quite make it on track.
No, so we're starting our last lap now. We've got our championship leader winning this race at the moment, unless he gets a penalty, which I don't think he will. He'll be coming round to start the very last lap.
Only half a lap to go now, and he's managed to definitely. I thought the tyres would drop off, really, those mediums, but if anything, he's actually pulled away further from Reese. Reese has obviously got older hards as well, so that might be one of the factors in it. But I did really think they would struggle, especially around the corner. He's just gone around a turn 11. He's coming up now, take another win in Tier 3, and he will definitely put himself even further ahead of Locker. I think up to about 70 points if things stay as they are after the steward's inquiries. Here he comes. He's weaving for good measure as well. Takes the checkered flag. Great race from him. Reese will take second, and I think Scotsman will keep third because of Locker getting that penalty. He does. And Willie Bum will come across in fifth. A great recovery from him from the first corner of the first lap. So well done to him as well. We've obviously got the rest of the top 10 coming through now. David comes across the line in P6. Will be beaten in the end by Soprano legend. Cruiser finishes P8 for now. I don't know if he'll keep his penalty. P9 goes to Mongo. P10 actually to Mongo. Force Manure up to 9th. And Skiven, is he going to get any points now? No, it looks like he's had a spin at some point of the track. So he won't pick up any points. So once again, adds Force Manure picking up points in 4 races running. He must be loving it.
Yes. So after a year of not having no points, last 4 races, he's got to be proud of himself. He's getting better. He's obviously getting used to this game. Again, totally different game from last year. A lot of drivers have struggled this year, but it looks like he's improved quite a lot this year.
DJ will be the last one to come across now. But, once again, it's some Diamond dominance, and he wins again and takes another 25 points. Actually, I don't know if it was 26 or not. I don't know who got the fastest lap. But yeah, probably. So another most likely 26 points for the Ferrari boys, as well as David's points as well.
So yeah, that is your top 3 on the podium. So you have Diamond, Reese, and then you have Scotsman. The skin of his teeth lap before. Second place in the driver championship, Locker getting a penalty.
Screenshots I need, and I'll invite everyone into the party. Top 3. Right then, let's get this top 3 in. Okay, so we've got Diamond in with us. I'm just waiting for Scotsman and Reese to join. Hopefully they will. I'm sure Scotsman will like it. He loves a post-race interview, does Scotsman, so hopefully he will join us as well. I don't know if Reese is going to be joining. I'm not sure if he has before or not. Soon to find out.
Guys, make sure you've got your audio included. I'm not too sure if Reese is going to join us. So if I start with Scotsman, and then you can take Diamond Monkey.
Yep, no worries, mate.
So Scotsman, congratulations, P3 right at the end.
Fucking yes, bitches. Yes, about time, man. Fucking hell.
Just gonna start off with qualifying. It seemed like every session in qualifying you was getting faster and faster, and then right at the last minute you got pipped to pole. Um, was there any more time you reckon you could have found, or was that just it? That was flat out yourself.
Do you know what, mate? I would like to say there was more, but I think that was me. I was quite surprised at the time that I put in, to be honest with you. Uh, and when I seen it pop up first, I was like, holy shit. But I knew Dushy was out in track, so I wasn't expecting it, but there wasn't much in it, was there? The two of us were
No,
like,
no, less than a tenth between the top three, I believe.
I think there was about a thousandth or something between me and Dushy, I think. I don't know, but it was a good. I have been practicing quite a bit today, so just goes to show when I do practice and I can be up there fighting. Uh,
Yeah. So the start of your race, you had a brilliant start on them hard tires. Not too sure what happened to Diamond. Obviously, we'll find out in a minute. But you had a brilliant first part of the race. You had a brilliant race. You got a about a 2 second gap between you and I believe
Reese,
was
I think.
Reese at the time.
Yep.
How do you feel about the safety car coming in?
Raging.
It looked like, yeah, it looked like it put you off your game a little bit for the second part.
Because I noticed by like about 5 corners, I nearly had 8 tenths on Dushy, and then something happened with Dushy, I don't know what, and he was overtook by the medium runners, and I still had like 2 seconds, and I thought I could see them chipping away at a bit of the 2 seconds, but I was still all right. I still thought, well, I'm hard. The mediums are going to catch me. And the safety car came out, and I just thought, fuck. But again, safety car, I was off. But I don't know. The first few corners were just the tyres weren't the best. Also, I don't know what was happening with my steering wheel, but when I was going down into second or into first, to get a sharper turn on the corner, it was jumping into neutral. Done that quite a few times. So I had to obviously try and not do that as I was getting further on in the race. But it was good, man. I sort of was controlling the time, trying to keep up with Reese. As soon as I got it
Yeah,
within the DRS, that was my aim.
yeah. I think what helped you is that you reserved your battery for quite a lot of the race.
Yep.
Drivers around you already used all their battery, and I think at one point they had none. You had 50.
Mhm.
So that was keeping you in front of Locker for quite a long period of the race. Going towards the end, then obviously you got that 5 second penalty in the pits, which I think you probably was kicking yourself
Oh,
at
big
the
time.
time because you was comfortably in the top three at that point. Going to lap 26. Did you have a little scream at your TV when you found out Locker got a penalty? Yeah.
One of the guys in the chat, Days, he was like, Locker's just got a 3 second penalty. I was like, fucking yes! But and I was like, yes, because it's no like Locker. If he's trying to stay behind with the 5 seconds, normally it would just be staying. But I think I was chipping away at that 3 second. It was at 2 seconds or something. He was behind. I started gaining 2.5 seconds. I started gaining a little bit. And then when I was getting into the DRS, that's when I think Walker was trying to push even harder. And he managed to go the 3 second. As soon as the 3 second came in, I was so happy. But I thought, there's no point in me trying to overtake Reese in case something happens. I'll just stick within the DRS and just keep
Yeah.
keep going along with him. Because I think at one point I probably could have tried to overtake him, but I just thought, you know what? What's the point? Because he's going to jump anyway. I was hoping he would slide off or something anyway, but it never happened.
Yeah, it's nice to see you back on the podium after I
Been
don't know
a
how
long
many
time.
races is it now.
Oh mate, this is my first podium this season.
Well, congratulations on your first podium. I bet you're really happy with that.
Oh, big time.
And again, really, really brilliant race. Nice to see you back up here and had constant speed through qualifying and the race.
Cheers,
I
man.
will now pass you over to Monkey Boy, who is going to interview our championship leader and our race winner today, Diamond Douche.
Yeah, thank you, Locker. Well done from me also.
Adam.
I
It's no
keep calling you
locker.
Locker. I'm so used to doing it with a Locker.
Oh,
That's
aye.
it.
That's
I
sexy.
am. Oh yeah, I took that the wrong way. I know you would.
Turn the lights on, you might see the difference.
But yeah, his ads. Get that right that time. Yeah, well done, Scotsman, on your podium. Yeah,
Cheers, mate.
about time you're back up there. Yeah, we'll move on to the race winner and Diamond after three. Well, yeah, three races because we had two last week, the sprint and the feature, but three races without a podium, without a win, without a podium. You're back on the top spot, and in qualifying, you looked absolutely no one really catch you. Scotsman had a good run at the end, but you made it count when it needed and got the pole position. What happened at the start? Because we saw you drop down to about fifth position.
Yeah. Going into turn two, I had a wobble on, so I was right onto Valor was right on the back of my car, and there was about three of them behind me, and they nearly spun me round going into the hairpin towards the straight. Yeah, so I don't know who it was, but someone nearly tapped me around.
Yeah, and we could obviously see that Scotsman and yourself, obviously both on the hard tyres, were having a good battle in the first stint. It seemed to us as if Scotsman had a lot less wing on, so he was gaining a lot more speed down the straights on you. Was managing to keep him with my DRS for quite a while. But come the second stint, obviously behind Reese, you were until your tyres obviously were better condition and you're able to get past. Were your tyres going off towards the end? Because obviously you were on the mediums on the second stint, and we were seeing from the drivers on the first, and they were lasting about sort of 8 or 9 laps before they were sort of going off in performance.
No, my tyres felt fine. I kept making a few mistakes at first, but then I pulled the 2 second gap on Reese, and it just felt fine. I was plain sailing, and I've just been told by my teammate it was Valor that nearly spun me at the start.
Oh right, okay. Well, I don't know if you'll ever. I don't think you'll need a couple of choice words with him now you've won, but if it was another result,
Yeah.
might be a different story. But yeah, obviously, like we've said before, your first podium, 3 races, you were sort of on a bit of a not slump, I should say, but obviously for yourself, your form this season, you've been on the podium every race before Britain, apart from the one in uh,
Yeah,
Imola,
that
with
that Imola
obviously
race, yeah,
with obviously
that
Cruiser. We
one.
know about that one.
Yeah.
But going forward now into the second half of the season, another race went under your belt, and next week we're at Hungary. How do you feel about that one?
Hungary's a fun track. I haven't done much I haven't done much F1 racing on Hungary, but obviously I have raced F2 around there, and it was fun. So F1 should be fun as well.
Yeah, well, once again, well done on your race win, mate. I believe that puts you up to around 70 points now in the lead of the championship. So, a very, very good gap with the 10 rounds remaining. And I'll hand you back to Collateral Ads to finish us off.
Yeah,
Can I just say something first?
Of course you can.
Just congrats to Bushy. Well raced, man. I thought I had you at the start, and I thought, right, I can try and keep him behind with my low wing, but no, you raced well, mate. Congrats.
Cheers, you too, mate.
Just fuck off up to tier 2. Nice one, mate.
So yeah, congratulations to our top 3 drivers. Unfortunately, we haven't got Reese here. So congratulations to him. Good points for Alpine, and congratulations for everyone else who finished in points today. So next round would be Hungary next week on Wednesday for Tier 3. For the rest of the week, we have a Tier 1 race tomorrow, Thursday, 8 o'clock, and again on the Friday, 8 o'clock for Tier 2. So please join us then. But for tonight, me and Monkey Boy are saying good night. Oh, driver of the day. Who's the driver of the day, Monkey?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to interrupt you, but yeah. So obviously, good races from the front three. I did a little shout out before the end of the race to Force Manure as well for races in the points in a row. So very well done to him. He's finding his form. But I said it a couple of times during the race how he was getting on, but from where he was after turn one on lap one to come back up to where he did and to have no penalties when the race finished, I think I have to give driver of the day to P5 man Woody Bum. He also gained 7 positions on his grid spot, so Woody Bum gets the driver of the day for me today.
Okay, congratulations to Willie Bum. And again from FBRL, everyone have a pleasant evening and thanks for tuning in.